Okay, I'm back with my sister Tiffany this time, and let's see here. What's the update for Lego Brawls?
So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna brawl with Legos.
Yeah, let's see here. Spooky levels are back.
It's a brick or treat brawl.
Okay.
Okay, look, 5 weeks of friendly fun content. 1st of October, guys, finally. Oh my gosh, I already had the pre-Halloween fevers like always, you know? Oh my gosh.
Let's see, I'm so excited. Wait a minute, what the hell?
What's limited? It's a theme?
Wait.
Hey!
Wait a minute.
It's the devil. It's
There's
Lucifer.
nothing new. So does this mean I already redid it already? Like, what the hell?
I don't know, dude. I don't pay attention to the Lego games.
Like, I thought we were gonna get a new set like I did this last year.
I don't know. I thought it operated kind of like on Fortnite, you know? How they just release the same skins over and over again.
Yeah, let me go back to...
Yeah, guys, sorry. I don't play Fortnite. There's Jurassic Park. A pumpkin night.
Okay, fine. We're just gonna continue on with this. There is some Halloween theme arenas.
Ooh, this is Halloween, different Halloween.
Castle.
So do you have any plans for Halloween, brother?
Other than wearing a costume to go trick-or-treating?
I normally just give out candy, but this year, me and my roommate are making goodie bags to give away to the trick-or-treaters. And just to show how awesome I am, I even got the Pokemon trick-or-treat cards pack. And we're debating on how many bags to make. Normally, we were planning on 100, but I don't think that's going to be enough since we do get a lot of kids that, you know, that always pass by. We always make sure everybody gets one. You know, I tell myself that if I ever had the money, I would like to give away candy bars and like a booster pack, not a box, booster pack of Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
And for the adult and for like the parent, give them like a little bottle of alcohol. Like, have you ever seen that one where there's candy at the door and it says if you're 21 and over, knock on the door, and then there's a person that's dressed up as Mike Myers and he gives it that little bottle?
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I freaking think about. I go, dude, that's awesome.
I was thinking more of the cone heads where they just give out random stuff to random trick-or-treaters. Beer, food.
Oh yeah, because they don't know, because apparently they're from Paris.
Yeah.
Apparently. But yeah, but we had a bunch of our crazy adventures during Halloween.
Yeah.
You know, one of my favorite thing I liked is I remember like in middle school, I'll take you and a couple of my friends trick-or-treating. And for some reason, our neighborhood was like different. Like, they weren't different as in, oh, it's the neighborhood that gave out candy bars. No, it's the neighborhood that actually like will give away food, popcorn, raspas, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it'll be stuff by the end of the night, and there'll be like a little church nearby that would always give away bottled waters and glow sticks for the kids. You know what I mean? I don't remember what kind of church it was, but that's how they would, you know, help out trick-or-treaters. You know, they give away water bottles and glow sticks, which I thought was pretty neat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which I thought was pretty neat back then. But the one thing I really do like is I've always liked to see homemade costumes, you know, especially now as an adult. I like to see how creative kids are making their own costumes, you know what I mean? Because I understand that a lot of people have money to buy costumes, but they just become creative and they just, you know, make their own costumes. That's what I've always thought that was pretty cool. But one of my favorite things to do as a kid was to go to like people's homemade haunted houses. Yeah, I would always go, or they'd be like if you want the candy, you have to go through this. That was back in the day. But you want to know what I noticed?
Like,
Okay, so because it was September, I was watching a bunch of horror movies. You know what I mean? I watched Trick or Treat. I rewatched the first Halloween movie because I've seen the movies, just not in the order. So I decided to check out the very first Halloween movie, and I realized something that we don't do anymore now.
like.
Who goes trick or treating during the day?
Oh yeah, I've forgotten about that.
Yeah, because have you ever seen the first Halloween movie?
No, but I am thinking of some other movie. Some spy movie with Jackie Chan that's Halloween taking place during the day.
Okay, one, I've never seen that. Basically, yeah, that's what I noticed because I was watching the movie and I was like, wait a minute. Who goes trick-or-treating during the day? Because where we live, people always waited until...
Night.
Not night, but they wait until like the sun's about setting and that's when they take them. But it's normally just parents, walking their kids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which was, understandable. We just gave out candy. That's how we participated in Halloween. We decorated, we gave out candy. Like the trick-or-treat rules, we have a jack-o'-lantern.
Mm-hmm.
People always give me shit asking me why do I love Halloween more than Christmas. And I'm not going to say the reason why I don't like the Christmas holidays because I can already imagine people already roasting me. But I could tell you what I do love about Halloween. I love that Halloween was a bunch of traditions that just got put together. You know what I mean?
Yep.
For instance, do you know that the original jack-o'-lantern wasn't even a pumpkin, it was a reddish?
A relish.
Yeah, it was a reddish. Right? But it wasn't until when they migrated here to the United States, they saw that we had pumpkins, so they used pumpkins instead, and they just ran with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And believe it or not, it was actually the Indians that did storytellings on Halloween. It was customary. Because you know how back then when they shared knowledge, they shared through one person telling the story and such. And that kind of developed into the scary stories that we tell now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the treats kind of, how could I say it? You know what I mean? Everything evolved and it all, instead of, oh, we're not going to the jack-o'-lantern, all the different traditions. Instead of pushing them away, they all just went into one. That's what I love about Halloween. There's different traditions. And there's the classic, the classic sweets, like the caramel apple. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, but do you even know how, how sweets came into a thing in Halloween?
No, I never heard the story.
Well, there's two different stories. The one that I heard was that, there's two different ones. So the first one I heard took place back then when the Pilgrims, because Halloween or All Hallows Eve to the Indians was, a holiday to celebrate their crops and tell stories. So what they would do is as the Pilgrims wanted to join them, they'll bring candy, they'll bring sweets, because it was customary back then where if somebody invited you to their house or their village, you're supposed to bring sweets. I mean, nowadays it went to trick or treat, and then the other version of that was that back in the day, Halloween was known as the night of mischief. Teenagers would cause havoc and such. So there's this one lady. And this was not in the Pilgrim age, but maybe a little bit, a couple of years, further.
Yeah.
I believe it was on the other side of the world that because what happened was that she taught, because she was an old lady of the community, and she told the leaders of their village, well, you know what, I have an idea so that we could prevent kids from causing mischief and such. But they thought it was stupid. They didn't listen to her. So what she ended up doing was that she saved up money. She saved a year, and she threw a house party, on Halloween, and she invited her neighbors, she told them to dress up their kids in fall wear. Yeah. So the very first costumes were actually stuff that they've made. And normally it was a fall dress, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It wasn't anything too scary. It was stuff like that, stuff that was fall fested. So she hosted what was the very first Halloween party. right? And it became so successful that she did it again next year. That everybody was throwing their owns, so they let their kids, go to house while they were throwing their parties. Kind of like in Trick or Treat, remember?
Oh yeah.
When they were going to house and house, and there was one house that was having a party. That kind of evolved to that. You know what I mean? So that's what I really do like about Halloween. Different traditions putting together into one. And then there's people that have new traditions, old traditions, or they want to try something new. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's different for like everybody, and that's what I like. You know what I mean? Like for us, we didn't throw a party. What we ended up doing when we were kids was that like dad would barbecue or make finger foods, and I would always make sweets, cupcakes, caramel apple, peanut brittle. It's the sweets were different every year because that was the tradition.
Yeah.
Right, but one of the things we did always make was candy apples, and one of my favorite desserts, cup of dirt. Remember those?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the funny thing about it was that cup of dirt is now considered a Halloween, treat. But when we were kids, it wasn't like that. I just picked cup of dirt because it was my favorite at a restaurant at the time. That was my favorite dessert, cup of dirt.
Chocolate pudding with crushed up Oreos and gummy worms.
Yes, and gummy worms, yes. And I just started making it Halloween, and nowadays it's considered a Halloween dish. Which is funny because cup of dirt actually, it was actually invented like 1954 or 5, but it wasn't recorded until 1960s is when it was recorded in a recipe book. So now it's everybody's favorite Halloween treat. So there's like those Halloween traditions, and it was basically the kids go trick-or-treating while they don't stay at home and give away candy. And like I've been going on Instagram a lot, which is weird because I don't like to do social media, but I check out on Instagram and I like to see everybody's crafts. Like I saw this girl that was making a fly costume out of wiring, cardboard, you know what I mean? I was like, hey, that's pretty cool. And then I saw a video of a mom that her son wanted to be Lightning McQueen, but she didn't like the cheap costumes that they had, and her son's like a toddler. So what she ended up doing is she got one of those, I forgot what they're called, but it's a car, and then there's like a handle that you push at the back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That she puts at the back. So she painted it like Lightning McQueen, and she got her son like the NASCAR outfit of McQueen. And he had like his trick-or-treat bucket, so I thought that was cute, just to go house to house, because it's a far of a walk for like a kid to go trick-or-treating. I mean, kid like a toddler.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What?
So that was understandable. What happened?
Yeah,
In the middle of my rant? What the? Why did it kick you out?
I don't know. Even though I'm playing it offline against bots, I don't know what the hell happened.
Or maybe it got tired of me talking and it goes, you know what? We're just gonna let it be.
Fine, let's see what did I get in this.
Ooh, what'd you get? Dino Tracker. Dino
Just
Tracker.
15 more fights.
15 more fights.
But let's see if I could go through it real easy.
Hold on, 1 second. Roommate just texted me. Let me go ahead and message you back. Okay, roomie.
You think Cartoon Network's gonna play the classic Halloween or no?
Well, the funny thing about that is they probably won't, but I always play it, every year.
Yeah, because they're too busy kissing it with Teen Titans Go, and they're gonna show their specials and not any other Cartoon Network specials.
Okay, let's not get to that subject, or else I will, you know how I am, or else I will start ranting on. Okay, so now here's a question for you, brother.
Like?
What is your favorite Halloween story?
I do not know. I do not know because we are always watching the what's it called?
Hello, my kitties.
No. Something with a man, and it's a real old CGI too. Like, Scary Godmother. There you go.
No, I'm talking. Okay. I'm talking about like story, cause okay. So another tradition that we do is normally like late at night, like when the trick-or-treaters are back. Normally, I would sit by the fire, and I would tell stories to like the kid, to like the not the kids, to like the teenagers. You know, classic Halloween stories that we've been sharing for years. You know, like the Weeping Lady. You know what I mean? The
Yeah, but
Weeping
sometimes
Lady,
I wasn't
Village
even there for
Chupacabra.
those stories. I was busy trick or treating.
Well, like I said, it varies. Like I remember one year, we had Halloween at Grandma's house. Remember?
Yeah.
We had a Halloween at Grandma's house, and I was at the fire pit in the backyard. And normally, that's like all the teenagers come around. All the teenagers, I told stories. But what ended up happening was that I guess a kid wasn't that far off, overheard the stories that I was telling, and she got nightmares. Well, she got scared. She was crying to her dad, and her dad was like, well, that's what you get for being nosy. And I told her this is the reason why, like, I saved the scary stories for like the teenagers, and like the more, you know. Now that I think of it, I don't think I never told kids scary stories. I always told teenagers late at night in front of the fire. Because there's a lot of stories. Let's see here. What were my favorites? Let's see here. I remember one of my favorites was about... let's see if I can tell this story, if that's alright with you, brother.
Fine.
Okay, so this is a story. Normally I have this written down, so I'm just gonna try the best I can to like tell it. So apparently this is a true story that happened, that back in the day, I'm talking about the Victorian era, in the middle of the night there was a young handsome gentleman that showed up at the house, you know, and it was raining, and he asked if he could stay for the night. So the husband and wife that owns the house said, yeah, you could stay. Right now they had an older son, and they also had a daughter. But apparently the daughter fell in love with a stranger, right? I'm just calling that the stranger. Fell in love with him. And then one night, while the parents were away, the brother, the stranger, and the daughter, they were playing cards, right? But one of the cards fell onto the floor, and when the daughter went to go pick it up, he saw that the stranger didn't have feet, he had hooves, right? So he just grew wings, and he just busted the roof and flew away. Right? Now, rumor has it that she had a kid from the stranger, but nobody believed it because, like I said, it was just, you know, a folktale. It wasn't until like years later, and I'm talking about like in the 1990s, a historian bought the house. Of course, he saw the hole on the roof, and he noticed that the hole was black, like if something burst out. So when he was told about the story, he didn't believe it. He didn't believe it one bit until they started opening up the walls, and they found a baby's corpse in the wall. So it turns out the story was true. Because the story was that the daughter had a kid with a stranger, and that when she had the baby, the parents like just left the baby in the wall and let it die. Right, and that the daughter really wanted to get the kid, but unfortunately she passed away, but it didn't say how.
Damn.
Yeah, exactly. So they were freaked out once they saw it. They're like, oh shoot, so the story was true. You know, so that was one of like my favorite stories that I always tell every year, was that one. And let's see here. And then there was one about the cemetery. Did you hear about that one?
No.
So apparently back in the 1950s, like there was okay, so basically these group of teenagers, they were telling stories about a grave, right? That the grave, like, you know, that there was one gravestone, that the cemetery was haunted, you know, classic story like that. So a girl and then a bunch of teenagers dared her, you know what, go to so and so's grave, get a knife, right? Get a knife and stab the gravestone, like, you know, stab the ground and leave. That way we know you were there. So what happened was that she went and she got the knife, stabbed it on the ground, but right as she was leaving, she felt that something was pulling her back. And they waited for her. She never showed up. So when they went to the gravestone, they saw that her body was, that she was dead on top of the stone. Right?
Damn, that's messed up.
Yeah, but here's the crazy thing about it though too. Like when I heard that story, I was like, oh dang, that's how did she die then? And then there's rumors saying that it was a heart attack. But then one of our uncles told me another version of that story, which he think it's the true version of the story. Like he said that happened, but people were saying, oh, she probably stabbed her dress so that when she was leaving, she thought somebody was pulling her back and that she got so scared she died of a heart attack. But you know what I mean? Like, you don't know if it's true or not. Kind of like the story of the Weeping Lady. Like, I've heard so many different variations of that story, and I'm like, well, which one is true? You know what I mean? Like, which one is true? But it's still a good story to tell on the fire pit. But another one of my favorite stories was the Jersey Devil. There you go. Because I would switch from lore to, of course, cryptozoology, because I loved cryptozoology as a kid.
Yeah.
Interesting thing about that is when I was watching that Halloween movie, I saw, because I was watching it at work. I was watching it on my break on my phone, and one of my coworkers was like, "Hey, what are you watching?" I go, I'm watching Halloween, right? And I saw that, that the babysitter reads a bedtime story to the little boy and such, and I go, wow, I wish my sister did that.
I know, that
I wish my older
nice,
sisters
right?
did that. No, but I was telling her, my older sisters didn't do that, but I did that with my brothers. I did it with you and little brother, but for you, it was more of the Mexican scary stories,
Yeah.
But for our other brother, his, I don't know, I was going through a Norse mythology phase, and those were the stories I would tell him about Norse mythology. About Odin, Thor. Like, before they started making, Marvel live-action movies, he knew who Thor was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he knew it. And then, of course, my favorite, the story of Fenrir. That looks weird.
Yeah.
Oh, I've also started watching the Beetlejuice cartoon.
Oh yeah, I've been hearing about that too. Even Roku TV has it for free, but with fucking ads.
Wow. I mean, I bought season 1 for $10. I know there's 3 seasons, but I bought season 1 just because, you know what I mean?
Did you check it out?
Well, to check it out, and I was also doing some work for the artist that I work for, so I was like, yeah, let me see what I could watch. Hey, look, Beetlejuice is on here. So I started watching it. And I've noticed something.
Like?
I mean, I saw this show as a kid. It was one of my favorite shows.
I remember that too.
Yeah, exactly. It was one of my favorite shows. And I've realized, how is it that in the show, a lot of people want to marry Olivia?
That I don't know.
Yeah, I know. It's because, without any spoilers, I'm watching an episode where they're in a western town. Yeah, they're in a western town, and the mayor that's running the town, he is scared because a big bull was gonna come to take over the town, and they decided to make Beetlejuice their sheriff just so they don't have to deal with the bully. But then the bully wants to marry Beetlejuice, and I'm like, what the heck? I mean, not Beetlejuice, Olivia. I'm like, what the heck, man? And also, the show was produced by Tim Burton. And then there was another episode where, because they can't call it hell, so they call it the Netherworld. And there's a prince that wants to marry Olivia. But here's the thing, though. The bull was like, hey, you're pretty. I want to marry you. That's it. He was being like a creep. I want to marry you. I want to woo you. And I'm like, what the heck? You know what I mean? It was super uncomfortable, and I'm like, oh gosh, I can imagine I can understand how Olivia must feel. You know what I mean?
What the hell?
I know. But, like, I like the prince because the prince is modeled after Vincent from Tim Burton's short Vincent. And I like the prince more because he wasn't being a creep. You know, he liked Olivia, but he
Was more
liked
gentleman
her. Yeah,
about it.
exactly. He was more of a gentleman about it. You know, and without spoiling the episode, he negotiated a deal with Beetlejuice, and Beetlejuice was helping him out. You know, he was like, oh well, Olivia likes this, she likes that. You know what I mean? Like, he went out with her a few times, and then when he finally asked her, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because he was like a depressing prince, and when he finally asked her, like, he did it like a gentleman, like, but he goes, Olivia, would you like to be my princess? You know what I mean? But Olivia goes, no, like, you know, no, because I see you as a friend, I love hanging out with you, this and that, I want your, you know, I want you to get along with my friends because I want you to have fun and be happy. And I'm like, oh, that's very, you know, that's very innocent and wholesome, and it's cute.
Yeah. I gotta see this episode for
You know
myself.
what I mean? Yeah, yeah, exactly. I mean, it's like really nice, and I'm like, wow, that was like a, like, and like he wasn't being a jerk about it, and he goes, well, you know what, you're right. You know what I mean? Like, he was being real nice about it. I go, oh, now that's cute. You know, this is a good example. Like, I felt like Kroko Stan, this is nice.
Yeah.
That's how I felt. This is nice. But yeah, I'm already done with season 1. Now I'm gonna jump into season 2 of the Beetlejuice cartoon. But the one thing that I've noticed, because I mean, obviously the movie is different from the cartoon.
Yeah.
And without any spoilers, we did see the second Beetlejuice movie, but I don't like spoiling things.
Nah.
You know? But, if I could describe the movie, I would say this Beetlejuice movie, the second one, it's good. I know why you're laughing. It's
The
good.
sheriff's like
And
a jester while the bandit is a werewolf holding guns.
oh, is that why you're laughing?
Yeah.
Crazy.
So,
So, Beetlejuice 2. What do you think of it without giving any spoilers, brother?
it's a good movie to see once in a while.
Once in a while.
Like, come on, what other Beetlejuice products is gonna keep you occupied for the next 10 years?
Cartoon.
Yeah, but something that's more recent.
Alright, but like I said, the Beetlejuice movie, the second one, I liked it a lot because it's like same characters, new story, and it's like, it's something new. It doesn't like, I mean, yeah, they have characters from the original movie, but it's also like a new story all of its own. And if you're like a Beetlejuice fan, then you will like it, especially with Jenna Ortega. You know, she was good for her role. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so oh well, this isn't a spoiler. So our older sister, which once y'all guys saw the movie, she told me, I didn't know that the mom in the movie was her stepmom. And I go, yeah, it says it in the first movie. It says it in the first movie, that's her stepmom. You know what I mean?
It never occurred to me.
Yeah, that's her stepmom. That's not a real mom. You know, that's her stepmom. Why do you think why she was trying to be patient with Olivia in the film? And the funny thing about it is, in the cartoon, the mom has not the same personality, but like a little bit different. But the one thing I do like about the mom in the cartoon, like, there's an episode where Olivia is doing a haunted house, right?
Yeah.
Is doing a haunted house, and the mom was like, oh, what's it called? Oh, I'm so excited to go on this ride because that means we're gonna see Olivia's artistic side, you know? And then there was another episode where Olivia was developing pictures,
Yeah.
you know, and her mom, like, you know, she was showing the picture to her mom, and she goes, and she's telling us, oh, look, see, she's an artist, it runs in the family, you know. So I like the fact that in the cartoon, it never, well, so far from what I've seen, it never, Olivia always calls her mom. She doesn't call her stepmom, nor, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what I like about it, that she, how could I say it? Like, they don't make a big deal. Like, oh, this is my stepdaughter. Oh, this is my stepmom. You know what I mean? Like, she still treats Olivia like if, like if she's her own kid. Especially in the cartoon show when she does, like, discipline her and such. And that's what I, really do like. That every time she sees Olivia express herself artistically, she loves it. Because the mom's the artist, as you remember. Sorry, I tripped on my words.
Trying to do these fights as fast as I can, just get those mystery packets.
Mystery packets. So what is it, like Smash Bros? You just beat the crud out of everybody?
Exactly, and there's also modes of capture the flag, and of course the free for all, but I'm just doing the Halloween thing.
It just reminds me of Soul Damage, remember?
Yeah.
Where there was, what was it? I remember those capture the flag. What else was it? Capture the flag. I remember one of the modes is we're gonna kill all the other erasers.
Yeah.
What was the other one?
I'm trying to remember. Huh.
I don't know why I just thought of Soul Damage randomly.
But it's kind of like the same concept, kind of like.
Kind of like the same concept?
Yeah, kind of like that.
No. This year, roommate wants me to make peanut brittle for Halloween.
Oh, okay.
Because I told him I would make peanut butter. Now here's the thing though, guys. I do bake a lot. Well, when I was younger, I baked a whole lot, but now I only bake for the holidays. Like for Halloween, I would normally do candy apples, but I guess my other sister is doing that now because she likes candy apple.
Oh, which reminds me, I'm gonna do mini donuts. I do have the mini donut maker.
Oh, mini donuts again?
Yeah.
Yeah, and roommate wanted me to do peanut brittle, but normally I would do peanut brittle for like Christmas, but he wants it for Halloween. I mean, still candy, it's doable. But I thought about dyeing like the sugar.
Oh,
I don't know if that would work. Speaking of candy, did you hear the news this morning
What news?
about Ken Page?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys heard. I saw it all over Twitter. Unfortunately, I know this is the very 1st of October, but legendary singer Ken Page has slowly passed away. And if y'all don't know who he is, he's Oogie Boogie from The Nightmare Before Christmas. And I was like, aww.
Like, I know, we just barely got into October 1st and this happened.
That's what my friend Kai said on Twitter. He goes, it's barely October 1st and we already lost a legend. And we're like, no. My older sister did say that an actress passed away a couple of days ago, and she was the old lady from Harry Potter, the teacher.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
Yeah, her, yeah. And I told her, no. I mean, I knew she passed away. They had a ceremony for her at Universal Studios Hogwarts,
Yeah.
Like all the fans gather up and they were like lighting their wands for her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So of course I wouldn't forget about her. That, and I found out that my little cousin loves Harry Potter.
No.
Yeah, so I have like a 14-year-old cousin that likes to hang out with me. I mean, I'm not annoyed by her, you know what I mean? She's very mature for her age, and what was it? And she like loves Harry Potter. And I told her, yeah, man, I used to like Harry Potter too, and she went crazy. But she like loves it. Like she reads the book. I mean, she's a really smart kid. She goes to a special school because that's how smart she is.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, they're not allowed to like geek out over there.
Okay, let's see, what do I get from this purple one?
What did you get for me? I mean, what is it?
Let's find out.
Another one.
A dancing?
Oh, you gotta, what do they call them in Fortnite, an emote dance?
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta.
I don't know why,
dance.
but I like it because the
Pumpkin stays in one spot.
Yeah.
Did you see it? It says a real head turner.
Yeah.
That's pretty
How
cool.
appropriate.
How appropriate.
Okay.
Ooh, here's a question. Favorite Halloween song?
Spooky, scary skeletons.
Let me guess. The Living Tombstones remix, right?
Yes.
I mean, nothing's wrong with that. That is a pretty cool remix.
And of course his other one.
Which
the
one?
Grim
Grim Ghost?
Yes.
Huh.
That was another good one. And of course our usual songs that we grew up with, those the Halloween cereals.
Halloween cereal? Yeah, I remember those two. My favorite Halloween song is, I feel it's underrated because there's not a lot of covers of it. But my favorite Halloween song is The Purple People Eater. It was a one-eye, one-horn flying purple people eater. One-eye, one-horn flying purple people eater. Because I think that's a very underrated Halloween song. It's old. It's been around since 50s, I believe. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they just gotta
Yeah,
have it relevant throughout each time we head into this holiday.
Yeah, I feel like that's overrated. I mean, yeah, that's underrated. Yeah, my opinion, the most overrated Halloween song ever is Thriller.
Monster Mash.
Monster Mash is not overrated. Okay, so Thriller is a good song because I had people get mad at me going, "Are you saying you don't like Thriller?" And I go, it has nothing to do with me not liking Thriller. It's just overrated because they play it every single. Spirit Halloween uses it in their commercial every single year, and they always play it so much. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it gets annoying.
Yeah, it does. It's like you know when like the moment Halloween's over, they start playing Christmas songs on the radio. That's how annoying it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how super annoying it is because everybody will play like, you know, all the Christmas music and you're like, it's not even Thanksgiving yet. Like Charlie Brown.
Yeah, but you know how Santa Claus is taking over the Thanksgiving parade, making it about Christmas, which is true.
I would say, speaking of holidays, you want to know something that I found out?
What?
So I had my niece this past weekend because my sister had to do something, and she wanted to watch The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, and I go, okay. And because I have the DVD of it, I just have to really dig for it. But so I was like, you know, I don't want to dig for it, so I'll just buy the digital copy. They don't have the digital copy of it on YouTube nor Amazon.
Because Apple owns the
Yeah,
peanuts.
exactly. And I was like confused, like, what? And my niece was like, yeah, it's not on here. I go, you know, I'll go dig for the DVD. It turns out it wasn't that far from the pile, but I dig out the DVD because she wanted to watch A Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. You know what I mean?
I know, this is why we should have physical media more, because I heard about this entire town was so connected to the internet, but it's all down, so they tried going to Walmart for some physical DVDs. Oh wait, there's hardly any. I wonder why.
Because I remember, what was it, when we had cassette tapes? Remember?
Yeah.
When we had cassette tapes, I would take out like a majority, and then we went from cassette tapes to DVDs. And I'm not gonna lie, the DVDs, I mean, if you liked anime as much as I did, it was kind of hard to like, okay, Sailor Moon, I had a Sailor Moon DVDs. So the one thing that annoyed me is only 4 episodes could fit on a DVD. I'm like, what the heck?
Oh yeah.
So I rather get like the season boxes because that was so much better. You know, so oh gosh, been a long time. Like the last time I collected DVDs, I mean nowadays I don't get DVDs. The only DVDs I have are like the Chucky Ultimate Collection. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Those are the DVDs I have. But back in the day, like if I really like an anime, I'll try to hunt for the DVDs. And one of the DVDs I did have was the Code Lyoko ones, and those DVDs were like $7. Like back in the day, and like so people don't understand, like back in the day anime DVDs, it was $20 for just 3 episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, 3 or 4 episodes, because that's how it was with Sailor Moon. And I was like, what? I go, well then how is it that Code Lyoko is only $7.99 and it's 3 episodes, and like Sailor Moon is 20 and it's 4?
I know, which that is kind of BS at the time.
I know, now everything is like on stream. I mean, my roommate has Crunchyroll and I just mooch off of his Crunchyroll. I mean, he has my YouTube and my Prime, so we're kind of even there, you know?
Like, but yeah, we're getting that the Halloween countdown has begun.
Just kidding. You know what I was referencing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm getting everything. Well, I'm working with an artist that's doing a Halloween event, and I'm busy helping her out. For her event. I think it was some Halloween festival that she said she was doing. It was for a Halloween festival. She had to order like 250 stickers. I don't know what. I just did the order for her. You know, I don't know what they were of. It was just, okay, do the order, boom, done. And then I'm just going over some artwork that has to be due by Friday, actually. That way she could do orders and do whatever she can for this Halloween event.
Which reminds me, when is Halloween again?
Halloween's on a Thursday, brother. October
Thursday?
31st, yeah.
Why am I thinking it's on a Tuesday?
On a Tuesday. Dude, I remember when Halloween was on a Saturday. That was the pandemic happened. Remember the year?
Oh yeah, when I was trick-or-treating out there and there was like hardly any houses.
I know. I was annoyed because I went to Dad's house and we made a bunch of candy bags. And like nobody showed up, and there was like this group of teenagers that kept coming, and we just gave them candy. Heck, we were giving candies to the adults because we made so many candy bags.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we don't even do bobbing for apple anymore, and I would normally do that every single year. I mean, we have to stop doing it now. Which is a tradition I do miss, because bobbing for apples has been going on for like generations. Now we have to stop it because, you know.
Yeah.
Because of everything that happened.
If only we could go to the town of Salem during Halloween.
Oh no! You wanna know what I would like to go? Dracula's castle. That's what I would like to go. To Dracula's castle. Or be like Transylvania 69000. Remember?
Yeah.
Is Frankenstein here? Yeah. You're asking for Frankenstein and Wolfman. We have Godzilla in the back. When they're just making fun of him, we have Godzilla in the back. Victory! Game, set, and match.
Okay, I think I'm gonna wrap up this episode. But first, let's see how far did I even get.
You got the bunnies. Bunny. Forest creatures. Look, there's Thumper and Flower.
I'm just gonna say what Pumpkin Potion said. Why can't it be a murder of crows instead?
I like that, a murder of crows instead.
Okay, let's... Yep, and I guess I'll wrap up this episode.
Thank you so much for joining us, guys.
Yes, have a great day. Good night. Bye.
Bye.